like distinguish between asexual and sexual reproduction. And there is another question. Why is vegetative reproduction also considered as a type of asexual reproduction? Okay, now what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to write the answer in two parts. One part is a difference, okay, and the other part is why is vegetative reproduction also considered as asexual reproduction. So kids, first let's have a look in two different forms of what you're supposed to write in difference. So difference over here in sexual and asexual reproduction will go like asexual reproduction does not form over fusion of gametes. This is important. Notice that it does not form gametes. So it is not a fusion of gametes. Whereas when you talk about sexual reproduction, it always involves fusion of gametes. Exactly the opposite of what asexual looked like. Now, offsprings are formed by asexual reproduction are genetically identical and referred to as clones. Okay? Genetically identical and are referred to as clones. Whereas the offsprings are not identical to the parents or amongst themselves and lead to variation of population. Okay? It is a simple and a fast process. Because it is asexual reproduction, you don't require two gametes, so it would be simple and it would be extremely fast as compared to sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is an elaborate, complex, and a slow process. Kids, it is complex, elaborate, and slow process. Whereas asexual reproduction involves only mitosis. It's just division. And whereas sexual reproduction will involve meiosis. Remember, this is an important question. It's an important line and a statement that it involves only mitosis, whereas sexual reproduction involves meiosis as well. Now, going further, asexual reproduction is generally uniparental. Uni means, okay. Now, it does not play an important role in evolution, whereas sexual reproduction is usually biparental and it plays a vital role in the process of evolution. Now, kids, coming to the last point will show something like it is common among single cell organism, plants and animals. Okay, and whereas sexual reproduction is common in higher plants and animals. Kids, is this clear? Let's simplify this. Simple formation of this question would look something like this: characteristics, sexual and asexual reproduction. So, let's start with category 1. Fusion of gametes. In asexual reproduction, absent. Sexual reproduction, present. Genetically identical, asexual reproduction, present. Asexual reproduction, absent. Process, it is fast and simple, whereas the process is elaborate, slow and complex. Cell division is only by mitosis, whereas in sexual reproduction, it is only by meiosis. Okay, parents involved, only one. Only one. Usually two. Evolution, no role. Evolution, vital role. Process seen in generally unicellular organism, whereas generally multicellular organism. Okay kids, is this clear? Is everyone with me? Let's have a look again. Fusion of gametes, absent, present. Genetically identical, present, absent. Process, fast and simple. Process is slow, elaborate and complex. Cell division by mitosis, cell division by meiosis. Parents involved, 1. Parents involved, usually 2. Evolution, no role. Evolution, vital role. Process seen in generally unicellular organisms, whereas in higher or multicellular organisms. So we are done with our part 1. Now let's have a look for part 2. Why is vegetative reproduction also considered as a type of asexual reproduction? So the answer goes like, vegetative reproduction is considered as a type of asexual reproduction because it has these reasons. 1. It is uniparental. You don't need 2 parents for vegetative propagation. 2. There is no involvement of gametes or sex cells. Vegetative means one part of vegetation which is involved in multiple divisions is known as vegetative reproduction. So, no involvement of gametes or sex cells. Cell division is mitotic and no reduction takes place. There is only multiplication and no reduction takes place. And lastly, vegetative propagule are somatic cells. Somatic cells are the cells which are normally found in an organism and they do not require a sex cells. So kids, it is always uniparental, means one parent involved. Is no involvement of sex cells. We don't need sex cells. And cell division is mitotic and there is no reduction. No reduction takes place. And lastly, vegetative propagules are always somatic cells. So here we end with our part 2 as well, and we are done with the question. Any